Cool, I'm just about to go out. So I thought let me make a quick video for you guys, and it's something that I've been thinking about a lot. And it's earlier on when you're starting your business, the main first thing that you want to make sure that you get right from the very beginning is your infrastructure and your operation side of the business. You want to make sure you understand how exactly am I going to make this business profitable, and what are the logistics and the operation sides of it that will help me run this smoothly. And a lot of times I see people that they jump into business and they have a very weak foundation because they haven't figured out what processes are built into their infrastructure that help them run the day-to-day of their business. And because the foundation is so weak, what happens is they end up taking on more clients. And what happens is when you take on more clients and your foundation is weak, the infrastructure becomes fragile and you've become just heavy. Now you're out work, now you're burning out because you don't have a system and process in place. It's all good that you have these ideas and you want to introduce these different services into your business, but you have to make sure that you have the capacity and you have the correct strategy and the correct infrastructure put into place that can handle that heavy load, if that makes sense. So at the beginning, me and Melv, when we started Fly for Sport, the first thing that we focused on was building the infrastructure and was building the operations side of it. We understood what was the main purpose of Fly for Sport. We wanted to change the goalkeeping space. We wanted to change the narrative around goalkeeping. And the first main service that we had was providing goalkeeping coaches to clubs, to youth centers, to schools, to academies. And then it was about developing our own goalkeeping program that we can kind of do in-house with our own goalkeepers, and we also can give to clients and clubs and partners. So we built the infrastructure, and part of that was that we figured out, okay, these are the two main services that we want to provide as a business, as a company. And now this is the infrastructure. So what was the infrastructure at Fly for Sport when we first started? It was having the coaches be going there on time, having that professional standard, but also they are aware of the programs that we've developed. They are aware what the clients expect of them. So we have the coaches, and then it was about having the marketing, the sales put in place to help us grow the company and build the company further. So that was one of the main reasons we started, and that's how it started. And I would say that's level one. Literally, that was level one. The level two was us trying to figure out how we were able to manage our goalkeepers, manage the clients that we have, and manage the coaches that we have. So we had to make sure that we figured out what are the contracts that we're going to offer to the current coaches that we have. What are the contracts that we're going to offer to the clubs, to the schools, to academies, to youth centers, and how does it all loop in back to us running the company and day to day, basically. So that's just one example of when you're starting a business. Think about what are you selling, what are the services or products that you're going to be selling. Don't start off with 5 different services and 5 different products. Start off with 1 or 2, focus on that, get the infrastructure and operations side of that correct. Who's going to be delivering that service or product? How is the client going to find you? Where are they going to interact with you the most? What is the onboarding? If a client was to find you today and they're interested in buying your product or service, what's the onboarding process? How quick can a client buy your product and use your product and be satisfied with the product? And the final thing is, how quick can your team onboard and run the service and have zero issues and zero problems to when it comes to delivering the service or the product. So all of those things are important, and having the operations side set up correctly is so important earlier on, because you need to know how the business will run day to day, how will you make money, how will it circulate in the company, and you want to make sure all of those things are in order for you to kind of give the best service or product possible. And what happens is you end up having a flawless company that runs by itself without you having to be there at all. So I'm Mitak. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like, comment, all of the stuff. And remember, I'm just a man. Don't follow me. Peace.